and welcome back to the Reapers. Today we're in our F-14B and we're looking at the ICS, the Intercommunication System, or Intercom. The main function of the intercom is to allow the pilot to communicate with the RIO, but it also handles other audio, like for instance tones from the ECM, the AIM-9, the radar altimeter and whatnot. So we've got two control panels. We've got one at the pilot's left side here, and the RIO has an identical panel here. The controls of the panel are, we have a volume knob that controls all of this sound, and we can left click and drag. I usually have that at full volume. We've also got a mode selector here. So each crew member ICS system has two amplifiers. We can run on the normal one, which is our default selection here. If that fails, then we can turn this to the backup amplifier and use that instead. And we've got emergency here. That means it uses the amplifier from the other crew member. So in this case here, it would be using the amplifier from the pilot. But if that happens, then bear in mind, in terms of cockpit noises, we'll only hear the noises relevant to that crew member. And some examples of that are the AIM-9 Sidewinder specific to the front crew member, or noises from the radar specific to the RIO. So that's the amplifier selector. Let's put that back in normal. We've also got the function mode here. We've got override radio, hot mic and cold mic. So if it's override radio, that means that the intercom now overrides the radio, so it will cut through the radio. When I'm talking about the radio, I mean the ARC 182 here and the ARC 159 in the front cockpit. If we have it on hot mic, then we can speak to the other crew member without pressing the push to talk microphone button. If we can, it's basically always recording us and they can always hear us. Also in hot mic, this is where technically we can speak to the ground crew as well. So to speak to the ground crew, we'd have to have it a hot mic here, and to contact the ground crew properly, if I press escape and go to adjust controls for the pilot, it is that there, mic button ICS, and for the RIO is that there, mic button ICS again. And out of interest, in the RIO, it's one of these pedals down here that actually does the push to talk, and for the pilot, it's it's the ICS of this four-way switch here. You can't actually press it, you have to press the keyboard function. And I would go right shift / parent menu, ground crew, and whatever I wanted to do, rearm and refuel.
Request rearming.
Okay.
Copy.
Out of interest, when it's on hot mic here and we can speak to the ground crew, then they hook up to a connector in the front nose wheel, well, I believe. And then finally we've got cold mic here. This means that for the crew members to talk to each other, we have to use the push to talk, and it's the same one that we saw earlier, the right shift and / Okay, that's all I wanted to say, just going through the functions of the ICS. Hope that helps, and see you later.